You're in Washington here today in partnership with Americans for the Arts and the Impact Arts and Film Fund to promote your new movie, Me of Orson Welles. And I know there's a whole movie theater waiting to hear from you guys afterwards. Really wanted to know, of your time in Washington today, what was your highlight? You met with some folks at the White House, went up on the Hill, sort of what was the highlight of your day today?
There's a lot.
There were many. It was a big day.
Bit of a whirlwind, but it's always fun to see kind of from the inside of government, policy and how things really happen. We met with Barbara Boxer.
That was pretty thrilling. It was thrilling to have her attention for, a few minutes. She was very generous actually with her time, but there's a lot going on right now.
We sat down at a desk with everybody and had a great conversation about the arts and how they've impacted our lives and how they influenced our education. And, that was a pretty big deal being at that table, and we felt like we had an impact. So it was pretty exciting.
I came out feeling really optimistic just to have government, people involved in the administration so close to it who care.
Is there one person, a friend, a family member that you recall growing up, or maybe even in the past 5 years that really inspired you?
I don't know how I could narrow it down to just one. I did my first play when I was 11 or 12, and I think every single individual in that show that I was able to look up to and who were really mentors for me.
I would say my first greatest influence and my first mentor was a woman called Ellen Robbins, who is a dance teacher, and I think I started working with her when I was 4 and didn't stop until I then moved to California to work on a television show called My So-Called Life. But she was affiliated for a long time with a place called Dance Theater Workshop, which is a really great dance studio in New York.
I just got an email from them today.
You just got an email from them? Sadly, she's not there anymore because of funding, unfortunately. But she was fantastic and very encouraging, and always every year we did a group piece, but then every student at every age would choreograph their own piece. They'd select their own music and their own theme. I was Moth to Flame one year. Oh God, yeah.
Wait, doesn't that still exist on tape somewhere? I've heard about Moth to Flame. I've heard about Moth. Is it on YouTube?
No, it's not on YouTube.
It should be.
That's amazing.
Moth to Flame.
No, but she, and actually I returned to dance a few years ago, and I did a duet with one of my best friends who became a professional dancer and who also was in Ellen's class. And even then, when she came to see our piece, she said, "You still need to choreograph your own pieces." But she really made us feel like we had a point of view and we were artistically relevant, and that stayed with me. I took myself seriously, Moth to Flame, because of Ellen.
Such a tough question to single out one, but if you look at your past, I pick out a few moments that kind of inform, I think, who I am today. One, when I was 12 years old, 6th grade, we did a production of Julius Caesar, and everyone, I decided I didn't want to be in the cast. I should be, kind of working with the cast or working on sets, and I just naturally thought I should be running everything and not performing. So, but I was 12, and so I kind of co-directed, sort of with the teacher, this whole production. So it sort of echoed with me on this current film, certainly. But I don't know. I had a teacher in high school who gave me a lot of encouragement in the arts. She just kind of, I had it through the years. Someone says, "Oh, you're good," but I didn't grow up in that. Really, having a career in the arts was not an option at the time in the place I grew up. So I came to that a little later. But it was that encouragement I did get through art classes and English classes, writing classes that kind of encouraged me, or that you build on that. But certainly there's a few teachers that had huge impacts. But my biggest one was a little later. I was a junior in high school. Fran Moat. Just
there.
Yeah,
but
there for me. She was an advanced English teacher, but we studied the arts because we didn't really have it in school so much. But she would take a week out and we'd study film. She'd take a week out and we'd do theater. We'd read plays and we talk. So it was kind of arts history education, and I get out a film strip and draw on it. And so it was under the guise of English, but it was really all-encompassing. It was advanced, so it was. I didn't really qualify to be in the class because my grades weren't good enough, but my sophomore English teacher recommended me. Teachers are the unheralded, uncredited people in this world, that it's a one-way.
Yeah.
They give it to you. It's hard to give it back. All you can do is pass it along in any way you can. But, we're all have that influence on each other's lives.
And today was perhaps the first step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Giving a little bit
But
of
I really admire people who spend their lives, encouraging others
Yeah.
in that way and sharing the best that they have with others. It's, that's the biggest public service, and it's completely undervalued, in our culture. So, my hat's off to anyone who spends a day, helping young people or anything in the arts.
Really great.
Cool. My name is Zac Efron, and the arts matter to me.
My name is Claire Danes, and the arts matter to me.
My name is Richard Linklater, and the arts matter to me. A lot.